You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, earlier in this very day, I did a video involving NFL reporter, a team reporter that works for the Buffalo Bills. I believe BuffaloBills.com. Maddy Glab, I believe is her name. Well, she come out and made some comments that were caught in a private conversation she was having with somebody in the Bills conference room, it looked like. And those comments were on a hot mic, and it was all caught, and it was all recorded. And as you can imagine, those comments went viral. Well, they were about Stefon Diggs, all-world wide receiver, of course, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. Buffalo Bills wide receiver, hell of a receiver, no doubt, but a receiver that has a bit of a history, right? Starting with the Minnesota Vikings, moving over to everything that's happened in maybe the last, let's say, 9 to 10 months with the Bills involving Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, so many things, including a Stephen A. Smith saying that he knew for a fact Stefon Diggs wanted out of Buffalo. Diggs answered back. Well, Diggs has answered this Buffalo Bills team reporter back in the comments she had to make. Now, very quickly, I will play her comments again so you can hear them in case you did not see the last video. So, let's go.
I think they're trying for Steph. Steph and Micah is who they're trying for. Hey, there's no control over Stefon Diggs.
Yeah. Go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Dude's gonna do what he wants to do.
How you coming over there? Steph, get your ass.
Nope. He'll look at my face and say, F you.
No.
How he treats everybody.
Okay, so those were the comments that made it around out in the virus sphere. Let's put it that way. This is what she said, in case you didn't catch it. There's no control over Stefon Diggs. He's going to do what he wants to do. He'll look at me right in the face and say, F you. That's how he treats everybody. Well, in standard operating procedure, she put out an apology. My gut feeling is, I'm sure she was forced to put out an apology. And personally speaking, I like the fact that we actually got some realness from somebody in the media, which is something that is sorely lacking these days, but okay. Nonetheless, here we are. She gave this apology. I want to take ownership for what I said today. I'm very sorry for what I said and meant no ill will. I respect the hell out of Stefon Diggs, and he has been one of my favorite players to cover. He has great character and treats us media with lots of respect. He takes time out of his day to talk to us, which he doesn't have to do. For context, media was waiting for players to come out for press conferences when a reporter joking told me to go get Stefon Diggs, and I said I don't have any control over him. Steph marches to a beat of his own drum, and I love that about him. He has a playful relationship with our video department, so that's why I said he probably wouldn't say yes to me grabbing him for the interview. I should not have said what I said. I apologize for that. Steph is not in the wrong. I am. And I got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the fact that she apologized, because if that's just the way you feel, if that's your opinion, then you should be able to, well, say those kind of things. By the way, as you can expect, this is taking on a racial tone online. Yeah, that's happened. I've seen it in multiple places now. I just don't get that. Okay, I just don't get what any of this has got to do with race at all. So, Stefon Diggs, this is Florio over at PFT. He has come out and he has answered these comments regarding how Stefon Diggs treats the media. And guys, you know, if you follow us, Black and White Sports on the big channel, if you follow me and John over there, if you follow me and John on this channel, you know we cannot stand the media, okay? We can't stand them. But we can't stand them because we don't normally get this kind of realness out of the media, right? So, of course, she apologized. I'm so sick of people apologizing. I really am. So, Stefon Diggs came back and he said the following, quote, "The audio shared was very hurtful," Diggs said on Twitter, "and was insulting to my character and to how I was raised. I've always treated people how I wanted to be treated. I greet everyone with smiles and respect, from the people in our cafe to the people that keep our building clean and in order. As noted last night, Diggs is all business during games. Away from the field, he's friendly and polite." He made that point today. Quote, "The media or fans may confuse my competitiveness that they witness on the field as who I am in person," Diggs added. "But off the field, I'd never treat anyone how she described and have never said anything remotely close to that to her. I don't know why it was said, but this is an example of why people don't want to deal with the media. It's hard to fight the preconceived notions people have about you, regardless of ever having personal experience with them. We get you all have a job, and I respect it. But please remember, I'm a human just like you, and if I've ever made you or anyone else feel like you can't approach me, I apologize." Interesting. Glab was heard, and it goes on to talk about what we just went over prior to that. So that was Diggs' comments back to the team reporter, and he seems to be in a massive denial situation. And I don't mean he's in denial. I'm just saying he's saying that these allegations of what she said and how she believes, or the perception of what she believes, is his treatment of everybody else. He's saying it was never his intention for things to be that way, or he can't say that he's ever done that. He's denying it. Okay? Basically, he's denying it. Now, I guess my feeling would be, well, why would she say it if it wasn't true? Just randomly, you believe that in a private conversation with somebody else, with nobody listening except for one other reporter, she didn't know anybody was listening, you're going to get about the most realist truthfulness as you're probably going to get regarding a situation, right? I'm not on the record here. Nobody's listening, you thought. And so that is your opinion on Stefon Diggs. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I will say this. His response is very grown up. He doesn't seem to be overly offended by her comments. He's just saying, look, I don't treat people like that. That's never my intention. In fact, to be honest, this is one of the more grown up, responsible kind of comments I've seen come from this player. So who knows exactly what's true, you know? I mean, at this point, I'm still going to err on the side of that's been her take, and that's how she feels that she's been treated by Stefon Diggs. Now, again, she's a member of the media, and I'm not a big fan of the media. But again, we're talking about a player that's got a bit of a track record. I mean, forced himself out of Minnesota because he was disgruntled. And it's something about diva wide receivers and being disgruntled, and we know, my goodness, they're so thoughtful towards other people and respectful. Antonio Brown. You know, so, and we haven't seen anything to that extent out of Stefon Diggs at all. But you get my point, too, right? All right, these athletes tend to be very clear about their entitledness versus the peasants, all right? So I just thought I'd throw that out there, keep that in mind. So there he is. That's his answer. Now where does this go? Will she lose her job? I don't feel like she ought to lose her job, but I said this was starting to take on a racial element online. That's the part that's going to bear watching. I'm starting to see, another Karen treating another black man disrespectfully. I'm starting to see that. That's starting to gain some fire. And if that really starts churning, and I think that would be completely out of bounds and completely absurd. But if that starts churning, she may not have a job. We know how this goes. We've seen that. Wow. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.